So, Friday the 7th of December 2018, we hit new moon at 7:20 a.m. this morning. I'm doing this at 8:01, a little bit late, but I had to go out and feed my chicken birds because they got blown around all over the place and half frozen to death last night, I should think. It was not brilliant weather here in UK, but then Mercury is void in Scorpio, so it's going to happen. Now, this new moon alignment, it's a bit of a stinker, to be honest, because we've got two conjunctions coming together. We've got Mars conjunct Neptune in 13 degrees Pisces. Yes, there's so much written down there, it's really hard to keep track of. We have got, Mars and Neptune conjunct each other at 13 degrees Pisces. Okay, and we've got the Sun and Moon together at 15 degrees Sagittarius, and they are conjuncting each other. So you've got the Mars energy conjuncting the Neptune energy, that kind of driving forward, needing to get things done energy of Mars, conjunct the kind of psychic, the kind of higher chakra feelings of Neptune, and that little parcel is square another little parcel, which is the Sun. So much to do with leadership and authority, and we're seeing great turbulence there at the moment. The Sun conjunct the Moon, which is where all the cosmic stuff goes on and comes from. So it's a real it's a stinker of an alignment. Bad things have happened on this day in the past, I won't lie to you. Doesn't mean bad things are going to happen today, and if they do, it certainly doesn't mean that bad things are going to happen to you. Just be aware of anything around liquids that might explode. I wouldn't go in for any sea travel today, that kind of thing. If you are going in for sea travel today, just don't worry about it. Don't let some guy in glasses in Wales, UK, worry you about a thing like that, because the main thing to do with any kind of crisis situation, or any kind of situation where we feel there might be a crisis, is actually to keep going. It's the only real answer. If we stop, we are absolutely knackered. So we've got the moon, absolutely new moon, 7:20 a.m. this morning, that came in, and so she's absolutely on 0% full at the moment. It's really the beginning. In a sense, there's no energy around behind anything, but it is a very important time because this leads us, of course, to the full moon, which is coming up on the 22nd of December, and then we have a full moon in January, which I wrote, yes, there we go. The next full moon in January is a total eclipse. We've got a chain of full moons that are happening in 0 degrees of something, and this one, on the 22nd of this month, it's going to be in 0 degrees Cancer. It's all leading us towards 2020, when really massive changes are going to happen in the way the world is run, and absolutely everything is going to be up for grabs and is going to change in that time. So we've got to keep on top of the game, and we are seeing a really stressy set of alignments today. But Mercury retrograde is over. Mercury is actually void in Scorpio, but the retrograde time of it is over. Mercury is now in post-shadow to retrograde, when things start getting a bit nicer, the higher chakras start getting more involved, and answers start coming. The Sun is trine Uranus today, so sudden moves are favoured. Anything kind of unusual, you can expect the unexpected. We might see massive radical proposals, because the Sun alignment has so much to do with political leadership. And I noticed that our British Prime Minister is sending, I don't know where she's got them from, because I don't think any of them voted for her actually, but she's kind of forcing various cabinet ministers to go off around the country, persuading people that they're right with their insane plans. And what she doesn't get is the only reason she's got to send them out persuading people is because nobody believes her. There you go. That's just the way it goes, really, with politics. It's always a bit insane. But the Sun is trine Uranus, and that's where that's at. The Moon is also trine Uranus, so that is kind of squaring up a little bit there as well. Social experimentation, novelty, gambling even. You could even take a punt on something today. I'm not saying you're going to win. Do be careful. It's not my fault if you lose your shirt, but they're saying it's not a bad day for gambling. Careful though, because there's these other things going on. There really are. But if you've really got to take a risk, strengthen yourself, brave yourself up, steel yourself, if you will, and go ahead and take that risk. But make it a calculated risk. Give yourself a good chance. That is super important. Venus is sextile Saturn. Interpersonal matters tend to be have to face the facts at a time like this. So we might find, realism in relationships. Get real. Have you been pussyfooting around? Two of you, all your friends can see you are meant to be together, but you can't see it yourself. Think about that kind of thing. It might not be that. That's just one example of how it can go. But just don't stand still if you can help it. This is the kind of situation, the kind of alignments today and all this week, where if you just decided to stand still and do nothing, coolio, you could do that and you just get nowhere, and it would knacker you for a little while until the moon cycle and the planets get lined up to make good things happen again. The rest of the month after this is calm. Mars is going to enter Aries early January, so that's not going to be all that calm, to be honest. But it's a good month, the rest of December now, to relax and recharge. Venus is in Scorpio all month. Could be tricky in relationships, but just, keep breathing deeply. And remember, what I always say, well, very often say anyway, don't believe the hype. That can be advertising, that can be state-run broadcasting organisations telling us we're all dead. It can be many things, but just don't believe the hype. And the thing is, don't believe the hype within yourself either, because that is where all this advertising craziness plays into. We end up with thoughts which aren't our own, but which make sense to us because we've watched all the adverts. That's the bottom line. Right, friends, I've gone on and on and on. This is a really long one, but I did want to say a lot today because there's a lot going on. And I'm going to say it again. Thank you very much for that outpouring of love that came into me yesterday with all those birthday messages. I'm afraid I haven't answered them all yet. There were so many of them, but I'll be in touch and I really appreciate it. So, my friends, I hope you have a brilliant day. Don't let any of this craziness bother you. Just let it make you stand up and crack on with things the way you want to do it, because you can do it the way you want to do it. You've just got to have a think about how. Brilliant day, friends. See you soon. Bye-bye.